On a weekend when we finally put the fall sports calendar to bed with the high school football state championships at Lucas Oil Stadium on Friday and Saturday, we get the winter sports season in full swing. No better place to do that than the Eel Tank at Eminence High School. Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Janes. Happy to be joined by Lance Scheib. And talking to Greg Rakestraw earlier this week, Lance, and one of the things that we talked about was this has become for ISC Sports and all of us here kind of like our Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
It is just so incredible. If you've not been in this environment here into this game, it's really spectacular. It's one of my favorite things I broadcast all year long. It's just to feel the throwback era here of what this gym represents is so incredible.
Endeavor Communications, internet speeds up to a gig. Learn more at weendeavor.com. Always happy to support high school basketball, high school athletics throughout this area. We thank them for their support tonight. And, Coach, interesting matchup between two ball clubs. Typically, there were a lot of knowns whenever Monrovia and Eminence got together on the basketball floor. But Daryl Gibbs in his first season guiding the Bulldogs' fortunes, taking over for Kevin Rounds, and he's playing a more up-tempo style of basketball than the Bulldogs have in the past.
Coach Gibbs was so excited about how the girls have embraced this. He really feels like that style of play the girls really like. It fits who they are. And I think that's something that he's excited to bring and build on and just know it doesn't come easy, but he certainly likes what his girls have done early on in the season.
While there's not much to be familiar about with Monrovia, with Daryl Gibbs and his approach, plenty to be familiar about and be comfortable with Greg Burton in his second season at Eminence, and he took him to a sectional championship 1 year ago and has a lot of experienced basketball players back.
Greg is excited about this team. Besides having all 5 starters back from last year, he said in his 14 years of coaching, he's never been around a group that's been more connected, and the chemistry's been so good. He's so excited about that.
And has every reason to be. And of all of the players among the starting 5 that he's most excited about, he said Sophia Sossaman is the one that he is very excited about. And when you go 6'2", 6'3", and you've got that kind of post presence, that's a good luxury to have.
Sophia is just as good as advertised. If you've not seen her play from last year, was a big reason why they won a sectional championship, a big reason why they're going to do well again this year and really can match up with most girl programs across the state.
Well, there's some experience on Monrovia's side of the floor as well, Coach. Mary Cox, Ruby Merrill, they're back. Emery Newland, Grace Vaughn, all familiar names for them. But bottom line is this, that they're getting some outstanding contributions from freshmen like Allie Talent.
Allie Talent, 5'6", new to the varsity level, but she comes in just shy of 13 points a game, almost 6 rebounds a game, not playing like a freshman at all.
And we'll set the starting lineups for you for the Monrovia Bulldogs and first-year head coach Daryl Gibbs. They come up with a record of 4-3. Daryl's in his 7th season as a head coach, having been at Decatur Central prior to coming to Monrovia High School. His overall coaching record, 60-83. At one guard, a 5'8" senior, number 14, Mary Cox. Ruby Merrill is a 5'9" sophomore. She wears number 22. 24, the freshman, Allie Talent, stands 5'6". Emery Newland is at 5'5". She's a junior, wears number 31. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 32, Grace Vaughn, who is a 5'8" senior. Now the starting lineup for the Eminence Eels. Greg Burton, as we mentioned, their head coach. He is 19-9 in 2 seasons here at Eminence, 60-54 in his 6th season overall. Their record is 4-2. Bella Dittamore in the starting lineup, wears 5'3", a senior. Sophia Sossaman, we talked about her, the 6'1" junior, wears number 4. Morgan Taylor, number 5, is in the starting lineup as well, 5'10" and a senior. Danica Myers, a very scrappy ball player, wears number 12, 5'7" and a senior. Plenty of experience joining her in the backcourt, number 23, Natalie Hubbard, 5'10" and a senior. The starting lineup for both ball clubs. Coach, your keys to tonight's ball game.
As you look at this game, it's pretty evident both coaches are really concerned about rebounding, and really because of the rebounding, they feel like that second key of tempo, because as you talked about, Mark, you're looking at a Monrovia team that really wants to push the ball. That's been critical. And then handling the tradition of this game in this environment is really special.
Tap is up, and it is controlled by the Eminence Eels in the backcourt. Morgan Taylor shuffles it off to Natalie Hubbard. Hubbard will run the point most of the time. They'll look for Myers on the wing to try to get open. She'll also flash along the baseline from time to time.
The one thing that Coach Gibbs really is trying to impress upon the girls is taking pride in this end of the floor, and that is playing great defense. He realizes when you play great defense, it creates transition.
Myers drives to the bucket, gets shut off by Ruby Burrow.
Good job of rotational defensive of help here by the Bulldogs.
I think this is what they're asking Sophia Saucerman to do. That's a good look, and it eventually, that'll be a finish for her, I think, Coach.
It will. As she gets older and stronger and just more comfortable this year, she will finish much better around the rim, but still a great take by Sophia.
The lone junior in the starting lineup, by the way. And again, awfully high on her, said she probably had the best summer of any player. Trying to make the lob inside to Ruby Merle, and it's knocked away. Quickly in transition, up ahead to Saucerman, 2-0 Eminence. Great transition basketball.
Nice when your 6'1" athletic post player can run the floor like that.
Talent for three. Deep in the well, no. Grace Vaughn with the rebound, and she'll go to the line.
Super job there by Emery there. Was that Emery? No, I'm sorry, Grace with the offensive rebound. I like it. Grace comes in shooting 50% from the free throw line on the season.
She and I have talked about that. Even though I don't have her in class, I still find her in the hallway and remind her about her free throw shooting. Great student, great kid. For those folks that don't know, lucky enough to teach some of these kids in communications at Monrovia High School. Missed them both. Lane violation. So they get another shot at it. Grace and Ruby Merle will give them the level of toughness that they need inside. Mary Cox as well. Emery Newland, plenty tough. Talent gives them the perimeter presence that I think that they're looking for. Gets them on the board with that free throw. First point for Grace. Again, transition basketball, Eminence. Here we think Monrovia is the one that plays the up-tempo style, and we're seeing Eminence actually beat them up the floor.
Impressive there because Monrovia tried to full-court press, and Eminence looked at that and just took the ball the length of the floor, creating a second turnover.
Saucerman in transition, tied up by Mary Cox.
Going to stay on that end.
And I'll say one time, one of the worst rules in all of sports, the alternating possession.
Yeah, I understand.
Goes out of bounds. You're punishing the defense every other time, but that's okay.
No, I'm anxious because Greg Burton talks so much about they got to play at their tempo, their pace. They're comfortable playing at whatever pace you want to play at, but that helps to have all five starters back.
I like the patience Eminence is showing early on offensively. I mean, you know, they're really working the perimeter. A lot of motion on offense. See Saucerman running the baseline.
What I like is they're not settling for the three-point shot.
That's right.
They're just kind of moving and making Monrovia play great defense.
That's a good cut by Saucerman. Yes. She has 4 points early.
It's a great job of finding her in the low blocks and giving her a pass that she can take and actually execute.
Grace Vaughn cut off. Tied up.
You stay here.
Stay here with Monrovia. Mary Cox to inbounds. Early three-point lead for the Eminence Eels. Their defense causing some issues for Monrovia offensively.
Ooh,
offensive foul.
Yeah. Don't
on Emery Newland.
Yep, don't leave your feet. Great job. I've been impressed again with on both ends early on here with Eminence. Their willingness to play defense and their patience on offense.
Well, again, you've got a couple variables at work here. I know that they played all summer, and I know they have 4 or 5 games under their belt, but still this is a relatively new system for Monrovia. And all kinds of comfort by Eminence as Natalie Hubbard spots up for the three.
comes in shooting 23% from the three-point line. Great job there by Natalie.
Daryl Gibbs is going to take a timeout. Endeavor Communications thanks you for watching today's presentation of local high school hoops. Proud to be a part of this event. Wish all the athletes good luck during the competition. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and the services we offer, visit us at weendeavor.com, and please let the good folks at Endeavor know you appreciate their commitment to promoting student athletes all throughout this area.
I like the timeout by Coach Gibbs. I don't think it's that Monrovia is not playing poorly. I think that Eminence is knocking down shots, and I think Eminence is turning them over a little bit. And what I'm surprised with is they're actually using that press against Monrovia by pushing the ball down the floor for easy baskets.
Yep. Bulldog basketball. And again, too many arms on the entry pass. The attempt to go down low to Ruby. They come back the other way.
That was the third turnover early on here for Monrovia, something that Coach Gibbs really was concerned about taking care of the basketball.
As I recall, Eminence jumped out to a pretty early lead last year. And the Bulldogs had a really solid second half. Shot put up by Bella Dittamore. She was kind of fading a little bit, even though she wasn't contested, and I think that she knew it when it left. It was going to come up a little short. Emery Newland in transition. Good ball rotation. But, boy, look who they've got out.
I know that.
On
I was
point.
Getting ready to say that's a great job that's the fourth turnover there for the Bulldogs. I love having what Coach Burton has done with Sophia Softerman by putting the 6-1 on the point of that 1-3-3-1 defense.
Emery Newland is limping around a little bit. That's going to bring Harper Rand up off the bench, the freshman. Here comes Saucerman in transition. Nice move with the left hand up and in. She has 6 points in the first quarter.
Number one rule, stop the basketball. When you don't, great job by Sophia.
And another turnover charge to Monrovia.
Number 5.
Transition, Hubbard. Ball knocked away down low. Talent with the quick hands. Here comes Newland in transition. Shovels it over to Mary Cox. She'll launch a three. No, and it's all white shirts underneath. Hubbard, the double team, uses the elbow, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Good call. Good call. Her first. Again, I'm not sure. Just take the ball and escape with the dribble. She was trying to clear some pathway and just use the elbow and drew the offensive foul.
And Ruby made sure she was going to get that call,
yes.
too.
As you talk about that toughness of Ruby, that was definitely on display there.
Turnaround from 5 off the back of the iron. Meyer with the rebound. Three-pointer, no good. Natalie Hubbard. Mary Cox in transition for the Bulldogs. Flies into the lane, offensive foul, Monrovia.
Tough call there on Mary Cox. Again, I like the idea that Eminence understands what she was trying to get done.
Daryl Gibbs had to run out almost to the midcourt stripe to be able to get that timeout. 3:59 mark, and it's 9-1. And quite frankly, Eminence has played a stifling brand of defense here in this first quarter.
Well, they've turned Monrovia over 5 times, and that's not something that Coach Gibbs can be really happy about. I think taking care of the ball is a huge priority for him. He wants the girls to play fast, but don't be in a hurry. And right now they're making long passes, and they're playing into the strength of that Eminence defense.
So much of offense, especially in the game of basketball, is rhythm. And it's pretty obvious that Eminence has found a good rhythm offensively. And on the other hand, their defense, especially with Saucerman out high, has disrupted the offensive flow for Monrovia and forced those turnovers.
I love that term rhythm, because I don't care what sport that you're in, you try to find that rhythm. It's just a comfort. And so now I like the timeout by Coach Gibbs. Just try to run a step play here, has the ball, and let's see what he can do.
Good look at Greg Burton. What a job he's done here.
Yes.
19-9 sectional championship, and I mean they're thrilled to death. They're going to host a sectional this year. They're very excited about that. And Jeff Gibney, who's now the superintendent at Greencastle, was Jeff and I coached football together years ago, and when Jeff was the athletic director, then the principal, then the superintendent here, he was involved in the renovations of this gym, and it remains a proud facility for sure and one of the great venues in high school basketball. Bulldogs in transition. Mary Cox will go to the line for 2 shots after a strong move to the bucket. Sophia Saucerman will pick up the personal.
Great job there by Mary Cox. She has really pushed the tempo here, done a nice job of attacking the rim, drawing the first foul on Sophia Saucerman. Great job. Exactly what Daryl Gibbs wanted to create defense into offense and then going.
IHSAA Student Advisory Council member, and I can tell you, folks, when you think of the term student athlete, there is no better representative in the hallways of Monrovia High School than that young lady right there.
Speaks volumes to what's happening in Monrovia, in the classroom, on the athletic venues as well.
Gets in both the falls, shooter's roll, as they say, and cuts the lead to 6, 9-3, 3:45 mark of period number 1.
What I loved about that change there was Eminence broke the press with 1 dribble. That ball was back and forth. Great job of just not allowing Monrovia to rotate their defense to try to create a press.
And it looks like Daryl Gibbs has tightened the screws a little bit on the defensive end for his ball club.
Well, they've now turned Eminence over 3 times, which I think is big, just gaining an extra possession or 2. Oh, travel. Make that 4.
Put it on the floor 1 time and you got a layup. But I'll tell you, I mentioned, Coach talked about who did the most work of the summer, and it's clear that young lady did.
Well, Sophia, great job, just moves well without the basketball, does it on both ends of the floor.
Eels in transition and a foul. That's a, boy, trail official makes that call.
Yep, looks like that's on Grace. Grace Vaughn, I believe, has it. Daryl's still trying to figure out what exactly the infraction was, but when they call it that way, there's nothing you're going to change your mind.
Bella Dittamore goes to the line, 5'3" senior. Got that one fall.
Doesn't look like a 40% free throw shooter on the year, but that's where she is right now. Calmly sinks both. Nice job.
The lead is back to 8, 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Running a weave, as we mentioned, Harper Rand came in for Emery Newland earlier. She's a freshman. Tell you more about her family. Talent's 3-pointer is no good, too strong. Controlling the rebound is Natalie Hubbard. Runs it up the floor, and Rand's able to pick it off. The freshman in transition with the kick. Ruby for 3. No. Weak side rebound, tracked down in the corner. Talent can't save it. Ruby can hit that shot. I mean, I know she's primarily a post player, but had a 26-point performance against Waldron a couple of days ago.
Well, she can definitely knock it down there, but I still like the idea. Eminence, everything is contested. You know, there's no free shots or free looks for Monrovia, and that's a big deal.
I mean, they just look like an experienced basketball team. That's all there is to it.
Yes.
I mean, a foul there on Myers. Picks up the personal. But, I mean, just about everything they do, and you can tell that these girls have been together a long, long time. They play together. They play a lot of sports together, not just this one. And there's a ton of familiarity there, and they play like it.
Well, they just have a presence about themselves. They don't get rattled.
Nice move by Ruby Miro in the paint. The 5'9" sophomore averages 10.5 per contest and cuts the lead back to 6.
Well, the lead has shrunk as they've turned the ball over and turned Eminence over now 6 times in this quarter.
And again, defense doing a much better job of rotating over, spreading the floor a little bit. Deep 3, no. Good box out by Ruby Miro. Rand in transition, doing a nice job of running the point. Subbing for Emery Newland. Mary Cox for 3. Air ball, Ruby saves it into the hands of Danica Myers. Eminence in transition, under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Trying to bump that 6-point lead back up. Dribbled out of bounds. What do we got? Last touch by Monrovia?
Yes, I believe so. I thought he called a foul there for a second, but no, just a deflection. I just love to listen to Coach Gibbs talk. He's go. I mean, everything is, he wants this thing up-tempo. He wants the girls to keep running. And that's just a fun style of play. And not everyone can play at that pace, but it's something he really believes in.
Nice give and go, knocked away by Newland out of bounds. I talked to Ruby Muro about it the other day, what a big adjustment it was. She said, I played for so many coaches over the years in travel ball and everything. It really wasn't that big of an adjustment because most of us had played for a lot of coaches with travel ball and whatnot. And those coaches typically play that up-tempo style. So it was a pretty quick adjustment for him. Good, strong move by Saucerman. 8 first-quarter points.
Boy, Sophia just really does a great job of using her body to limit the ability of the defender to affect her shot.
Talent open for 3. Can't get it to full. Myers pushes it ahead. 3-pointer in the corner. Throws up an air ball. Going to get another opportunity via Natalie Hubbard. Myers says, let's calm down and reset the offense. Under a minute to go.
Great rotation. Super job there by Newland of rotating down to Saucerman to prevent the easy layup.
Ruby Murrow comes back and Talent will sit down.
I really like the way both teams seem connected on defense, and I like that. They both move very, very well and complement each other.
That's a mindset you can't always get kids to buy into. The good ones do. Shot blocked from behind. Saucerman with the rebound, throws it up in traffic, can't get the and one, but we'll go to the line.
Aggressive, attacking mindset by Saucerman, and it's paying off.
I've known her dad for years, and he was a really good basketball player, but I'm going to ask if Mom was a really good basketball player.
She is.
Her dad, one of the nicest guys you'll find. He's over there keeping the book for the Eminence Seals. Richard played here for a long, long time.
Well, you talked about this earlier, Mark, and that is just the off season and what the work that Sophia put in. She was a good player last year, but not like this.
Right.
She really has made a jump from her sophomore to junior year.
Well, she's gone from a kid playing basketball to a basketball player.
That's a great point,
period.
yes.
Newland with a nice pass, nice block. Danica Myers timed that really well. Newland tried to pick her pocket and gets called for the foul. And Emery, that will not do you any favors.
And I think that actually foul was on Grace Denton. And so she was going after the ball. But they should be,
they put it on Grace Deaton. Yep, Grace
Deaton
picked up the foul.
But Eminence now is in a...
Now, we should make mention that the rule has changed this year. We're at 5 fouls. There's no more 7 fouls. There's no more bonus. When you get to 5, it's an automatic 2 free throws, and then that will reset at the start of the second quarter.
I like that rule. I think that's more than fair, and I like the adjustment by the IHSAA.
I just hope that coaches and administrators and those in charge of events make sure you get the word out. So the paint experts don't start throwing fits, wondering why there's a 2-shot foul when it wasn't a typical shooting foul. Up to a 10-point lead now, almost a turnover.
I like the 1-2-2 that Eminence is playing. They're switching up from 1-3-1 to 1-2-2.
Strong move in the finish by Grace Vaughn. 3 points for Grace, back to an 8-point lead at 15-7 with 10 seconds left on the clock. Good quarter for the Eels on both ends of the floor. Ball knocked away. Deaton with a breakaway layup. Throws it up off the glass. No. Mary Cox with a rebound. A lot of contact. No call. Then time expires. At the end of the first quarter, Eminence has the early 8-point lead at 15-7 second quarter action when we come back to the Eel Tank.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast. And contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Do make sure when you get the opportunity to thank the folks at Endeavor Communications for their commitment. There's, some of the sectional championships over the years and that regional championship back in 1999. Some great names over the years. The Trailer family that started here and then won a state championship at Martinsville High School. Jan Connor was their coach at Martinsville. She had a little bit of success, I think.
Very
right.
successful. No Jan.
And boy,
and she's,
you talk about intensity.
Woo!
My
okay,
goodness.
Yes.
15-7, second quarter action underway. Bulldogs continued to kind of dial things up defensively, but they continue to make unforced errors on the offensive end.
Both teams now have committed 8 turnovers in the game. The biggest difference is Eminence has turned those turnovers into points more often than Monrovia has. A 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Last touch by Monrovia. Daryl Gibbs in his first season again was on the sidelines for 5 years, I believe, at Decatur Central. On the committee that hired Daryl Gibbs, and I can tell you, he brought plenty of energy to the table, no doubt about it.
Well, you watch the way he coaches, the enthusiasm, the intensity. It's just contagious. I like his style.
Stolen away by Mary Cox. Looks like she's going to try to go coast to coast. Lays it up off the glass and threw it up too hard. Dittamore with the rebound. Pocket picked by Emery Newland. Up off the glass and in. First two for Newland.
Nice anticipation there by Newland. Great job of turning Eminence over again.
D1 soccer player headed to Dayton. Also was a kicker on the football team. Spent some time at your SOS camp. Big three-pointer back the other way. Natalie Hubbard with her second trifecta and 6 points.
Great answer there by Natalie Hubbard. Nice job in general of just knocking down the open shot.
9-point lead for Eminence. The kick in the corner. Three-pointer. High up off the glass. And apparently got the guy wire above the basket, and it'll go out of bounds to Eminence.
You talked about Emery being the kicker and going to Dayton. She was impressive at our camp. I really enjoyed her last year attending and just was intimidated by the camp in general and just really showed an ability to kick with anybody.
Eminence barely beats the 10-second count. Hubbard tries to go down low to Saucerman. And a whistle.
Second foul on Grace there. When you chop down, it's always a foul. Pop up
right
with your hand. You have less chance of there being a foul call. When you come down, it's too easy a call for the official.
And never reach and then immediately pull your hands back.
Yes, that tells them, I really did it, but please don't call it on me.
Nice play off the inbounds, and the three-pointer by Hubbard is no good. Here comes Newland in transition. She gets shut off. Great defense by Bella Dittamore.
It's a nice job by Bella of moving and stopping the ball.
Ruby Merle really working the perimeter, but credit Eminence because they are rotating well defensively.
There, the little skip pass, nicely done.
That's a good look. Grace Vaughn saves it back in bounds off Eminence and out of bounds off the missed three-pointer by Grace Deaton.
Nice job of patience by Monrovia, and what I like, to your point, a little skip pass, great shot. There's not knock them down. If I'm Daryl Gibbs, I'm happy the shots I'm getting. They just have to knock them down.
Harper Rand returns. Nice little head and shoulders fake by Talent. Rand's going to pop it, top of the circle, off the glass and in. Woo, just a two-pointer. Nice. She'll take it.
Nice job by Harper. And what I like, she didn't hesitate. Oh, it should be a turnover.
A lot of contact. Saucerman picks up the basketball, splits the defense, and throws it out of bounds. Tell you a little trivia about Harper Rand, the 5th generation of her family to be a part of this. The very first generation was none other than IU great Branch McCracken.
That's impressive. And what a great venue right now for these girls. It's a packed house.
You'll see her brother Tucker in the boys' game today.
And I get what a great environment. The day before Thanksgiving is something that we've got accustomed to calling this game, and very excited about just the environment and coming back and having this opportunity again. History
shorter for the girls, of course, but this boys' rivalry dates back to 1919.
Oh, my.
And it was that year that Eminence beat Monrovia in the sectional and then lost to Martinsville in the championship game of that sectional. I mean, games like this are always fun to research when you see how far back they go. And I can tell you, this was it's always going to be a packed house no matter what, because traditionally the college kids that graduated last May, this is the first game they come back for, many of them. And a lot of alumni come to this one that maybe won't go to a lot of games during the season. It's always a big one. Used to be a home and home, but now it's just one time a year. Love to see it go back to a home and home. It makes sense because it's always a good gate for both of these schools. 7-point lead for the Eels, approaching the 5-minute mark of the first half.
Good patience here by Monrovia. Don't settle for that three-point shot. May want to do a little more movement, a little stagnant. There we go. Nice job.
Shot too strong by Merle, but there was Vaughn with the rebound, and Harper Rand has come off the bench to give him 5 big points, and she has cut the lead from 9 down to 4 now at 18-14, and the turnover on Eminence.
11th turnover mark. But what I like there about the young freshman, Harper, she didn't even hesitate.
No.
Took it in rhythm, and that was a great shot, great job of turning Eminence over then right after the three-point play.
Well, her mom was among those that made me and Todd Croy look like pretty good softball coaches back in '94 when we won a sectional with them. Mom was an outstanding athlete. I think won something like 13 or 14 varsity letters.
Wow.
Now is our varsity volleyball coach and does a great job there for sure. Talent. Skipping around. Back to Talent, back to Rand. Really working the perimeter.
Great job. Need to have one of the post players, Monrovia, flash to the middle. It's open.
Harper draws the defense, kicks it out. Another 3 on the way. Ruby Merrill with a strong rebound. Up off the glass and in. Another patient offensive set by Monrovia, and they have sliced the lead to 2 at the 4-minute mark. It was 9.
Great job by Ruby there of just battling amongst the trees here and really causing a problem there. Looks like another turnover. Oh, we're going to call a foul.
Allie Talent picks up the personal, her first.
It's so hard. They had a double team, Monrovia did. Don't reach. Just stay there and play great defense. The moment your hands come down, it looks, again, whether it is or it is not a foul, it looks like a foul, and just kind of play there and play in your cylinder.
Turnover. Grace Vaughn in transition, going to drive to the bucket, throw it up off the glass, no, but a foul. And I mean, she was going from the moment she grabbed the basketball.
What a great job there by Grace Vaughn. I liked Natalie Hubbard being aggressive on defense, but you weren't, again, if you can't beat her to the spot, let her make her hit a contested shot. Don't foul. Because that's 2 on Natalie Hubbard now.
Fourth point for Grace. Headed to Ball State. Mulling over physical therapy as a major. And will rack up some scholarship bucks. Trust me, folks. Saucerman controls the rebound. 1-point lead for Eminence as they come in transition. Hubbard says, let's settle down a little bit. Goes to Danica Myers. Like to see Hubbard and Myers get a bit more involved offensively.
The nice thing that Monrovia's done, their tempo has picked up the pace for Eminence and has caused them some problems.
Well, and their zone has made life difficult for Saucerman.
Yes. I like the adjustment by Coach Gibbs because you really had to do that.
Kick down low as they tried to make the entry pass, but again, Saucerman was surrounded by 3 Bulldog defenders.
it just allows you to your point, to double and triple team her, and doesn't give her the freedom to go one-on-one where she dominated with 8 points in that first quarter.
And this was the answer because they didn't have one other than that. Three-pointer off the inbound, no. Long rebound tracked down by Saucerman, and they'll reset the offense at the 3-minute mark. Hubbard to Saucerman, but there's the double team right away. Good ball rotation. Wide open look by Myers is no good. Rebound controlled by Grace Vaughn.
Great job that time by Eminence of not staying stuck on the same side. That's when you get in trouble. Rotate the ball, make the defense move, and then there's natural lays and gaps that open up.
2:40 mark. 1 point lead. Bulldogs trying to get their first lead of the basketball game. They've trailed by as many as 9. Ruby steps back for a 3. No good. All white shirts underneath. Tied up on the rebound by Allie Talent. It'll stay with Monrovia. Good hustle by Talent.
Great job by Allie of not giving up on the long rebound there and creating a tie-up there and keeping the ball on this end of the floor.
Deep inbounds to Emery Newland. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Good ball rotation. Vaughn with a drive. Throws it up in traffic. Threw it up a little too hard, and it's to Sophia Saucerman.
There's still, both teams are getting good looks. If I'm, the one thing I would be concerned about is how many turnovers each are creating. But again, you got to take advantage of your shots.
Joylyn Eisenhower threw up an air ball. Eminence was able to control the rebound. Sophia Saucerman tracks down another one. Almost traveled, kicks it out. Another three-pointer won't go. Scramble for the loose ball. Eminence gets yet another opportunity, which is not going to make Daryl Gibbs happy at all. This is the 4th shot they've had on this trip down the floor.
Well, right now, Eminence is doing a much better job of anticipating where the ball is going to be coming off the rim, and thus they're beating him to the punch.
Foul on the drive to the bucket. I just think by the level of fatigue, I would think that one of these coaches could be time for a use it or lose it timeout because they just look a little ragged right now, both teams.
They do, and that's kind of what happens when you're playing at this pace, and you're still early in the season. Don't have your legs fully yet, as you will by Christmas.
Entry pass to Saucerman, and a lot of body contact down low, and Ruby Merrill's going to pick up a cheap foul. I mean, she had the hands straight up, but it was the body down low where the contact was initiated, and that's what she got called for. That's the 4th team foul on Monrovia in the period, one more, and that sends Eminence to the line and a foul away from the basketball, and I believe it's going to go back the other way.
It's going to be number 3 on Natalie if that's who it's on, Hubbard. Yep.
Coach not happy about the call, but it was a clear shove to the floor.
It was, and you can't use your forearm to gain advantage and move the defender, and that's what she did.
Bulldogs still looking for their first lead of the game. They trail by as many as 9. They trail by 1 here with under 90 seconds to go in the half.
Much better ball movement and player movement there by Monrovia here. They're still, being very patient on the perimeter.
Well, they're comfortable with this level of patience for sure. Seem to be.
Need to get the ball stuck on one side here. Move it and rotate it and make that Eminence defense move. Oh, traveled.
Yep. Foot move before the ball hit the floor.
That's the 10th turnover for Monrovia. They've actually they've turned Eminence over 12 times, so they've done a good job, and I think that's why they're back in this game.
18-17. It remains. Eminence is yet to trail in this one. Again, the advantage has been as high as 9. It was 15-7 at the end of 1. Three-pointer, yes. You might want to find her. That's 3 for Natalie Hubbard, 9 for the ball game. 21-7, turnover, Eminence. Ball knocked away. Scramble for the loose ball. Bulldogs come up with it. Vaughn in transition to Newland, and Emery wisely resets. Kicks it in the corner. Ruby for 3. Yes, off the glass and in. 7 points for her, back to 21-20. Down to 6, down to 5. Hubbard. Shot fake, air ball. We have played one half of basketball, and this is everything you expect a Monrovia Eminence game to be. One team jumps out to an early lead, leads it by 8, 15-7 at the end of the first quarter. The Bulldogs dial up the defense, changing to a zone, become much more patient offensively, and they draw to within 1 at intermission, 21-20. Endeavor Communications would like to say thanks for watching this annual Thanksgiving tradition. We're proud to be part of this local event. Wish all the athletes good luck during this competition. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, visit us at weendeavor.com. Our halftime show when we come back.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
And we're back here at the Yield Tank. Fortunate enough to be joined by Purdue legend receiver John Staniford. How are you, John?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Great. I know you're still coaching here, right? Coaching in our second game.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Well, it's a big weekend for the Boilermakers.
Yes,
as I told Mark, I know how much Mark is a big fan of Purdue, so I couldn't wait to talk to you. Give me your fondest memory of playing in the bucket.
Oh, I got a few of those, but I think anytime you can come out with a win and bring that back home, it feels good, you know. And it's always obviously up in the air. You never know when you play a rivalry game, but we're fortunate to be on the better side of things most of the time.
Well, you played for Coach Tiller. Have you been up to see the Tiller Tunnel and all the new changes that we've made to the stadium?
Yes, it's remarkable. You know, you go back to Purdue and see the changes, see the impact that donations and the things that can do for the program. Now I'm excited because we don't lose athletes to,
yes,
you know, because our facilities are not top-notch. So we do have facilities, and I was pleased to see the Tiller Tunnel and honoring him and the things that he's done for the program, and what a great honor that is.
So, John, when you were here at Monrovia, how big a deal was this game when you were a player?
Oh, I mean, you always look forward to opening out the season and playing here. What a great tradition it is in this gym, and the long-standing rivalry that we have. And I just can remember just being packed, getting the season started, and wanting to get back to playing basketball.
Now, I know you're a football, basketball player at Monrovia. Did you run track or play baseball as well?
I played baseball my freshman year and then ran track my senior year, and yeah, so I was always in a sport and try to keep myself busy that way.
Well, I tell you what, watching you play for Purdue and just watching your athleticism and your ability to run after catch, which was I always look at you and think, look how big and strong that young man is, especially your freshman year. I'm thinking, look at him, how fast he is. I just, you know, what helped you growing up to be the athlete that you were?
I don't know. I think I tell people all the time I used to go to the farm with my grandpa and play with my uncles, and they didn't take it easy on me as a kid. So I think when I started getting to the junior high and things, they're like, all right, we're not going to play against John anymore. He's a little bit stronger. But I think just, you know, just being active, being outside, doing things the right way, working hard, and always wanting to play against good talent and people that were better than me. And then I always was trying to get better at my craft. So working on quick feet drills and just always being out there shooting or competing in some way with my older brothers and their friends.
So you lived a dream that I think all that receivers love, and that is did a great job in high school, were incredible at the collegiate level, and then was able to play at the pro level. What was that like being a professional football player?
Oh man, it's as I say, it's a dream come true. You're going out there and just have to get your body in top shape to do what you love to do for a career, and you always dream to get there. Never know if you will, but I always tell people all the time, just always play the sport as if you did back in high school or wherever you did. It doesn't change. Obviously, I mean, the competition gets better, but as long as you look at it like I'm going to go out there and do what I'm supposed to do, you can get that done.
So what keeps you busy nowadays?
I work for an engineering company, do talent acquisition and business development, but also just staying, mentoring kids, coaching, being involved in my church, and obviously I just like to give back and show people that, you know, it doesn't matter where you come from, but you come out here and work hard and do what you can, good things can happen. So that keeps me busy. And obviously I got 4 daughters and they're in sports, so I try to help them out. I coach my daughters there in Monrovia in soccer, and we have a good thing going with the girls we have, and just that's what keeps me busy.
So you've been involved with soccer for how many years at Monrovia?
Right, this was my 2nd year at Monrovia coaching.
And talk about the success the girls have had since you've been involved.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much coaching there with the talent we have. I mean, we got definitely just a lot of talent on that team. Emery Newland, Chelsea Wallace, and then just a bunch of other girls, freshmen this year as well as a sophomore class with my daughters and Trinity and Paige Milton and Jocelyn Harvey. Just a lot of girls. I don't want to miss any names, but I mean, just you don't see that type of talent around at a small community like that too often.
Well, it's great when you got the talent with the coaching as well as neat. I just think it's great. You're stealing time with your daughters. I think that is such a cool thing when coaches are able to coach their own kids. I think that's a big deal. Give us a quick preview of what we're going to see in the second game tonight.
Yeah, I think as always, we try to just at Monrovia High School for our basketball program, we try to come out here and play hard, play physical, and when you see us play, I think you'll be surprised at the type of team we have, the talent we have, and then also just the team that we're going to play together this year and do the right things on and off the court. And I think we'll be pleased with what we see.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to join us here. It's the legend receiver and Monrovia grad, John Sanford. We'll be back here in just a little bit for the second half. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today. It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Taking a look at the first half highlights early on, it was Eminence transition basketball, the difference, inside-out game between Natalie Hubbard and Sophia Saucerman, Coach.
Well, Eminence got out to a great start. If I'm Greg Burton, I'm thrilled about the way the girls played. To Monrovia's credit, they calmed down. They started turning the ball over with Eminence, or turning them over, and that was really the difference in that first half.
Defensive pressure dialed up, resulted in some easy looks from Monrovia. I'll tell you who gave a nice boost, and that's the freshman Harper Rand, who came off the bench with 5 points for him.
Harper did a great job. Really got a couple freshmen did a great job for them, but I really like the way that Harper's playing, and Allie Talon has been really good in this first half.
Folks, got to thank John Stanford. It's fun to sit here and watch two Boilermaker of legends, two legendary receivers at Purdue University. In fact, spend time together. We did it a couple of years ago when we were here for sure. And if you wonder, is John Stanford really as nice as he sounds? Let me tell you, folks, he is indeed. That whole family, a wonderful family. Brother Jake played at Purdue, and the oldest brother, Jason, and then there was, the triplets, Joe and Jordan and their sister. I mean, just an incredible family.
Well, he is a first-class act, and it's just a thrill of mine to be able to talk with him, knowing the great things he did for Boiler Nation.
Sossaman from 15, can't get it to fall. Murrow clears it away. In transition come the Bulldogs. Do a nice job of filling the lanes. Talent gets shut off. Rotated back. Emery Newland, strong move to the bucket. Got it to fall.
I like to see Emery do more of that. She is really athletic, really is good around the basket. I like to see her attack the rim a little more often.
First lead of the ball game, and Eminence starts their first possession with a turnover. First lead of the ball game for the Bulldogs. They trailed by as many as 9. We're down 1 at the intermission and now lead by 1, 22-21 with the basketball.
That's the 14th turnover for Eminence in this game here, but that's been the biggest reason why Monrovia has the lead, is they've turned them over so much.
They've done a really nice job of attacking the perimeter.
They really have. They really have done a nice job of not being real stagnant. They've done a good job of skip passing and moving without the ball and attacking these open lanes.
Grace Vaughn falls to the floor, saves it to Talent. Newland cross-courts it. Ruby's 3. Yes. I told you she's an inside-out player. There's an example of it there.
Well, Ruby gets her 10th point of the game. Great job of ball movement. And again, look for that opposite skip pass. It's always there. Great job there by Emery of finding Ruby.
4-point lead and wholesale substitutions by Daryl Gibbs.
The pace that Monrovia's playing at and what he wants, I like his ability to play multiple girls.
Mary Cox picks it off with a turnover, goes to Talent. She's cut off. Mary wanted the 3, but the pass wasn't fielded cleanly. Cox with the drive, threw it up too strong. Weak side rebound thrown up. It won't go, but a foul.
Great job of attacking the rim. Ruby Merrill just a great job of getting there and understanding where the ball was going to be rebounded to.
I just can't stress enough that kid's level of toughness. But is as happy-go-lucky in the classroom as anybody you will see. And wants to go into sports broadcasting. I just haven't told her what it pays. That's why she still hasn't. It's not a bad way to make a buck, is it, brother?
No, it's not. It's great. You get to have environments like this work, and want to give a great shout out here to all of Eminence and all of their staff. They truly make us feel
oh my goodness,
very, very welcome.
What gracious hosts they are. Free throws, both good. 12 points now. We mentioned all those substitutions. Avery Wolf sees action for the first time. Grace Deaton back into the ball game. Harper Rand checked in. Emma Pridemore checked in. Three-pointer, rolls around. No, rebound tapped out. Controlled weak side by the Bulldogs. In a double team. Little turnaround from 5. Gets her own rebound back. I want to settle things down offensively a little bit and kind of reset. That one didn't have much of an arc on it, but the Bulldogs get yet another opportunity. And finally, Eminence says enough is enough. Natalie Hubbard decides to clear it away.
I thought that in the first half, I thought that Eminence was more aggressive. I think right now Monrovia has taken over that, and they are far more aggressive than what Eminence been, and I like the timeout by Greg Burton.
Endeavor Communications would like to wish both of tonight's team good luck in the upcoming season. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, visit at weendeavor.com. Busy weekend for us, brother. We're going to celebrate Thanksgiving holiday with the families, and then we're going to call the 3A game and the 6A game the state championship this weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's one of the best weekends of the year. I think it's the best high school football tournament in the country.
It is, and I give thanks to the Indianapolis Colts for allowing the state finals to be played at Lucas Oil. But just the environment, the experience. If you've not been downtown, if you go downtown for the lighting of the tree, stop into Lucas Oil. It's one of the cooler environments, life-changing for these communities, and cannot wait to do the 3A and 6A game with you.
Eminence Eels with a record of 4-2. Most recent win, 59-6 over Mooresville Christian. They play in 1A sectional 59 with Lutheran, Greenwood Christian, Providence, Cristo Rey, and Tenley. They've won sectional championships 95, 96, and 97, 99, and 23. In 1999, they won the 1A regional title. They play in the Greater Indiana Conference, which features Addicts and Crystal House, Math and Science Academy, Tenley, Irvington Prep, Inglewood, Washington, and Riverside.
When you talked about them winning the sectional last year, that was a big deal for Greg Bird on his first year.
Weak side shot put up, no good. Rebound controlled by Saucerman up and in.
That is the first point since the first quarter for her.
She's in double figures with 10, running one-hander, comes up short in transition. Dittamore drives to the bucket, throws up the left-hander, can't get it to fall. Ruby Merle runs it ahead to Mary Cox. Mary crosses over, kicks it in the corner. Drive to the bucket by Talent, won't go. Weak side rebound, Bella Dittamore. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs, 27-23. Ball bounces around, pinballs around, finally gathered in by Ruby Merle. Merle in transition to Mary Cox, who says, let's slow it down a little bit. Reverse the basketball. Newland splits the defense and gets fouled.
I like when Newland does that. When she looks to attack the rim, she's just a step quicker and just a little bit more athletic than some of the Eminence girls there. So I like what she's doing.
I kind of overheard the conversation you were having with Coach Stanford about that girls' soccer team. It didn't feel like he really added much because of all the talent they had. I mean, back-to-back sectional champions. Girls soccer program at Monrovia. Been a couple of great seasons for them for sure. His twin daughter's a big part of that.
Yeah, he didn't want to allude to the part that he played and that they played, and I get that because great people just compliment those around them, but he is a big part of their success. Don't kid yourself.
Both rebounds missed, but it results in a second chance for the Bulldogs. Nice pass down low to Mary Cox, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Second foul on Saucerman. Great look there. I like the idea of being and making that unselfish next pass here. Great job by Emery of finding a wide open Mary Cox.
Mary Cox good on both attempts last time at the free throw line and knocks this one down.
Doesn't look like a 42% free throw shooter. I say that a lot here, but she comes in at 42% on the year.
Jinxed her, didn't you?
I did. Shouldn't have said a word.
Scramble for the loose ball, controlled by Danica Myers. Knocked away, controlled by Monrovia. Mary Cox in transition. 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Cox gets fouled. This is where I think they're playing at a pace that Daryl Gibbs prefers. Their defense resulting in some quick transition opportunities. More importantly, Monrovia is yet to be whistled in this quarter, and at the 4-minute mark, Eminence has just committed their 14th foul.
And that's the fourth foul on Danica Myers. That's a huge deal. I just feel like right now, Monrovia is a half step to a step more aggressive and faster to getting to the ball, which is why they're up 5 points.
And 8 players dressed for the Eminence Eels, so not a ton of depth there for Greg Burton. Saucerman has the ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Eminence.
I really like the aggressive style of play that Daryl Gibbs has and his girls playing here. And now I'm anxious to see what Coach Burton does and how his girls handle that because right now the tempo and the style of play is favoring Monrovia.
Talent to Emory Newland. 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Again, they trailed by as many as 9 in the first half. Cut it down to 1 at the intermission after trailing by 8 at the end of 1.
They've been patient at times on offense. They get stuck on one side, but they got to keep rotating and attacking.
Nice drive by Newland. Throws it up a little too short. Fights for her own rebound. Lost the handle out of bounds.
That was as much Salzman influence on that shot as anything else because, again, that 6'1" height really paid dividends for her there.
Daryl Gibbs always coaching. He's not only coaching players on the floor, but you see him spinning around, talking to players on the bench, sharing stuff with his staff. Great anticipation by Emory Newland. Picked the pass off in transition, and the same thing back the other way by Danica Myers. Good look up the left side to Bella Dittemore. Left-handed shot falls and a foul. Great transition basketball by Eminence.
Great job there by Eminence of pushing the ball down the floor, and more importantly now, getting the and one and pulling within 3 and could be 2. That was the second foul on Emory Newland. Again, no one really in foul trouble as much as what Eminence is right now.
Joylyn Eisenhower comes in. Morgan Taylor will have a seat. Bella Dittemore converts the bucket, has 5 points, cuts the lead to 2 at 28-26. Under 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Newland has the ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Eminence.
Good hands there by Eminence there, and nice rotation on defense.
Talent skips it to Ruby.
Nice
shot from about 8 feet away from the bucket. 14 points for Ruby Murrell.
Boy, the 5'9" sophomore had no problem. Great rhythm. Took it right at Salzman. It's like a travel. That's the 20th turnover, Mark.
She didn't establish a pivot foot.
No.
She puts the ball on the floor one time, and it resulted in easy 2.
That's 20 turnovers, though. That's something I know that Greg Burton cannot be happy about.
Well, and you're only trailing by 4. Big three-pointer, make that 7 as Talent's able to drain it. That's her first 3 of the ball game, and she averages 12 points per contest. And a turnover, Mary Cox. Nice look, Talent, left-handed shot falls and a foul. I think the pace is starting to wear on Eminence.
It is. They're really starting to show, because I like what Coach Gibbs has done, playing multiple players here. Great look by Mary Cox, and that is the second foul on Bella Dittemore.
I mean, this is reminiscent of a couple of years ago when we did this game last. I recall where they jumped out, used a lot of energy, jumped out to an early lead, and Monrovia is able to weather the storm and come back and win it in the second half.
Well, right now, the urgency is certainly on Monrovia's side, and Eminence just, again, they're just a half step slow here. I think Greg Burton's going to make some great adjustments here. They just have to keep attacking the rim.
Biggest lead for either team now. It's 10 at 36-26 Monrovia. Under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Eels inbounds. Need to get Hubbard untracked. Myers for 3. Throws up an air ball. Battle for the loose ball. Tied up. Alternating possession. Ball goes back to Monrovia.
The tempo, we talked about this, the tempo really favors Monrovia, and I think they're picking up more than what Eminence wants their tempo. Now they go back to their 1-3-3-1. Good adjustment there by Coach Burton.
Offensive foul, Emory Newland.
It's 3.
So we'll see if Daryl Gibbs decides to go to Harper Rand for the final minute 30 to keep her from picking up her 4th.
Can't leave your feet like Emory did there, and that was a good job by that Eminence defense. Ooh, I thought she traveled.
A lot of contact on the double team, and the Bulldogs pick up the foul.
I think this can be a 3rd on Allie Talent. See if that's what they give it to. Yeah, that's 3. That's 3.
Dad's one of the assistant coaches. He was one of the guys that interviewed for that. And you know, boy, if you could get one of your other candidates as an assistant, that's if you can get 2 for 1.
Oh, that's huge.
Yep. Minute
Nice
20.
job.
Inbounds to Saucerman. Throws it up off the glass and in. A lot of contact, no call. 12 points for Sophia Saucerman. And again, they shut her out the second quarter. 3-pointer back the other way. Quick shot. Bulldogs get the rebound. Mary Cox throws it up in the double team, and she'll go to the line.
Great job by Mary Cox drawing a foul on Morgan Taylor there. The offensive rebounds have definitely in favor of Monrovia here, but I just like the way that Mary Cox anticipated where the ball was going to be and got the shot up quickly, forced the contact, and drew the foul.
Mary's 3 for 4 on the night for the free throw line. Would have been 4 for 4, but Coach Scheib had to bring up her free throw shooting struggles.
Not saying a word right now. Not saying where she's 3 or 4 right now, or is that right?
She's 4 for 5 now.
4 or 5, excuse me.
And hits them both. 5 points for Mary Cox. Back to a 10-point lead for Monrovia. 38-28. A minute to go in the quarter.
The senior has done a really nice job of Mary Cox.
Great anticipation by Newland. Shouldn't result in an easy deuce. And she threw it up a little too hard. Rebound controlled by the Bulldogs. Rebound shot too strong by Mary Cox. Here comes Eminence in transition. Dittamore to Saucerman. Yes, I like her. I really do.
Yep.
14 points for Sophia Saucerman.
Well, again, Eminence now has to get a stop here. They're within 8. They've weathered some of this storm here. We got the 13th turnover by Monrovia.
Mary Cox called for turning it over.
Would be a big deal if Eminence can knock one down here and get within 6, kind of weather that third quarter run by Monrovia.
Don't forget, it's doubleheader. Boys action coming up next. Annual renewal of the Powder Keg Battle. Dates back to the Peach Basket days, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Meyer almost stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Kicks it out to Hubbard. Down to 9 seconds. Great defense. Grace Deaton. Deaton with a good look. Weak side up off the glass and in. Mary Cox running the other side of the floor and filling the lane for her 7th point. Third quarter action has come and gone. And the Bulldogs have bumped it up to a 10-point lead at 40-30. Fourth quarter action when we come back.
23 turnovers to 13.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
I know our good friend and co-worker Greg Rakestraw is watching. He, like us, preparing for state championship in football this weekend. And I just can't thank Greg and Greg Mash and everybody at ISC Sports. I tell you, I've done this a long time, Coach, and I can remember those days when I was running my own cable, running my own line, setting my own equipment up. Nothing would work. I called ball games holding a cell phone up to my ear or a telephone up to my ear. And, well, what a first-class operation this is. What an absolute privilege it is to come here and work with this outstanding crew of professionals, for sure.
Definitely do it the right way. It's great that just this game is be able to be produced and people that live inside our state and outside watch this great tradition and this powder keg game.
Fourth-quarter action is underway. 7.5 minutes to go in this one. 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. Eminence jumped out to a big lead, led by as much as 9 in the first half. Led 15-7 at the end of period number 1. The Bulldogs closed at the intermission. And what do we got? Sauceman on her way to the bucket. Gets fouled by Grace Vaughn, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Great job by Sauceman of just getting to the rim, and that actually was on Deaton, Grace instead of Vaughn.
Well, that's it was Grace.
Yes.
Foul was on Grace, just Deaton instead of Vaughn. You can tell by Grace's reaction, Vaughn, that she thought it was on her. So Grace can smile now, although she probably won't. Sauceman with a rare miscue at the free throw line. 14 points for her. Had 8 in the first quarter and helping them jump out to that 8-point lead. And the Bulldogs switched the defense up, kind of held her in check the second quarter.
The defensive switch and just being able to create turnovers really has been the biggest advantage that Monrovia has had. Now they're forcing the Eels to go to man-to-man defense, which I think favors Monrovia.
9-point lead now. Saucerman good on the free throw. The second one, that is. Bulldogs can afford to be very patient here. Ruby. What do we got? Daryl Gibbs wants a 30-second timeout. He wasn't real comfortable with how things were unfolding on that set offensively.
That's the nice thing about Daryl Gibbs. He's been through this, been through the wars. He understood the girls were kind of out of sync, out of kilter there because they went to the man defense. And so now great timeout, calm them down, run a set play, and get a good look.
They're going to get coached. You can tell by that huddle. I mean, he is high energy, no doubt about it.
He does a nice job, brings a great resume with him. Been at some good places, and will bring some great energy and I think a lot of success to the Monrovia girls basketball program.
I know he's grateful to the folks at DePaul University where he works full-time in Greencastle because they're all in on him being a part of this basketball program. And when you're a lay coach, that's what it takes. I mean, your primary employers got to buy into that and be very supportive. It's not an easy thing to do.
Well, I give DePaul a lot of credit to your point. You know, he is just being a great mentor, role model, and changing lives one student at a time.
I thought Ruby Murrow brought up a great point when I talked about the change in philosophy and the change in approach. She talked about, I played for a lot of coaches. Good look, good give and go to Grace Vaughn. She threw it up a little short. There's a foul on the rebound. But Ruby talked about the fact I played for a lot of coaches in a lot of different sports and volleyball and basketball and all of that. And she said, so it really wasn't that big of an adjustment.
Well, he's done a nice job. He just brought a different voice and just a different attitude. And, again, that's a nice thing when you're able to bring in somebody like Daryl Gibbs that runs a different style than maybe the last coach. I think Kevin Rounds did a fantastic job, and I think it's something that Daryl has built on that.
Nice pass down low to Saucerman, but Mary Cox got just enough of it to redirect it.
Great hands. Again, I talked about defense being connected. That's what being connected, just like that right there.
Good anticipation off the double team. Yep. Emery Newland in transition, 6-minute mark.
24th turnover committed by Eminence. And, again, most of them have been because Monrovia has pressed the issue. Nice.
Good theft by Danica Myers, runs it ahead to Bella Dittamore, throws it up in traffic with the left hand and got it to fall. That's a tough shot. 7 points for Dittamore.
Great job of getting the ball out in transition by the Eels. Super job by Bella of knocking it down, and she's committed her third foul.
Interesting thing about the Bulldogs. Kevin Rounds went 9-14, 10-13, 13-11, 8-15, 8-12, then 8-16. Last year, 15-8. That's the most wins in 20 years. So had that program going in the right direction. Tireless worker in terms of at the junior high and the youth league and the travel league levels. And so, Daryl Gibbs, this was not a rebuild for him, It was just a matter of coming in and installing his philosophy because the bones, the structure there. And, prior to Kevin Rounds and Kyle Swafford, who won 2 sectionals there. So, there's been a lot of continuity there is what I'm saying, Coach, over the last, 20 years of girls basketball in Monrovia, and that's huge.
And when you win 15 games and now come in with a new coach that wants a new philosophy, sometimes that doesn't go well. But these girls have accepted. That's the 17th point there for Sophie Sosserman.
Down to 5 now at 40-35 with 5 minutes to play.
Got a knockdown shot if you're Monrovia, just like that.
Mary Cox finds a seam in the paint and has 9. Back to a 7-point lead at 42-35. Saved in bounds to Sosserman. And she walked with the basketball. Boy, just one dribble. Just one dribble. And it's an easy deuce.
Give Monrovia a lot of credit. Eminence is putting an incredible amount of pressure to get back in this game. And each time that Eminence has made a run, Monrovia has found a way to knock down a shot to kind of stop their momentum.
That's Avery Wolf that checked in during the stoppage in play as Daryl Gibbs giving some of his starters about a minute or 2 break before they come back for the final couple, I would think.
The pace that he wants to play at is important to be able to play multiple girls.
Mary Cox commits the foul after Danica Myers makes the steal. Danica's dad, a longtime friend of mine, in his second term as the sheriff of Morgan County after years with the Indiana State Police, was a public information officer. And first met Rich way back in 1983 when he and I played together on perhaps the worst rec league slow pitch softball team that ever appeared at Centerbrook in Mooresville.
But you had fun.
We did have fun, and it's a good thing we had fun because we were awful. But that 40-year friendship was a result of that, so that was it was time well spent for sure.
I know he's got to be awful proud of watching Mary play and watch her teammates again doing a great job tonight.
Shot thrown up, no good. Newland wants to bring it in transition. First one up the floor, gets it up off the glass and in. That's a big transition bucket for the Bulldogs. 6 points for Emery Newland. Back to a 44-35 advantage, 3.5 to play.
You got to stop the ball if you are Eminence. Great job by Emery of not or taking the ball right to the basket since they didn't stop him.
Allie Talon's going to learn as a freshman to get the hands down and play defense with a hand and not lean in with that shoulder.
That's her fourth foul. You got to, she's going to take a seat here for a little bit as we see a little change here with Harper Rand.
Harper Rand gave him 5 points in the second quarter, which helped them spot them to that 1-point lead at the intermission. And she knocks it away, and Eminence gathers it back in. 3.5 to play. Eminence needs a bucket. Every possession becomes very, very crucial. They try to make the entry pass to Sosserman, and a foul is committed down low. Put that on Avery Wolf, the 5'9" sophomore. Now we see Grace Vaughn coming off the bench quickly for Daryl Gibbs. First season for Daryl Gibbs, 60-83 as head coach, 7 seasons overall. His counterpart, 19-9 in his second season at Eminence. 6 years as a head coach, 60-54 overall. 2 outstanding high school basketball coaches on display tonight.
Good game being played here, and again, that's a direct reflection of their coaching.
Danica Myers is well below her average of 8 points per ball game. That's just her third.
Stops are going to be critical now. If Eminence is going to get back in this game, they're knocking down a few shots, but they got to get stops here. And if you are Monrovia, you've got to be strong with the basketball.
Trapping out high, Ruby drives, throws it up from 6, got deep in the well, and rattled out. It's a good look, it just didn't go. Transition. Bella Dittamore gets trapped on the baseline, and Danica Myers rescues her. They'll kick it in the corner. 3-pointer. Eisenhower, no. Rebound to Mary Cox. She'll work it up in transition. Mary with a pass. Baseline left. Emery Newland says, let's reset it. approaching 2:40 to play the ball game.
And if you're Monrovia here, you really can settle for layups only. Attack the rim. You don't need to score. Get fouled. Be strong with the basketball.
And every foul is going to result in 2 free throws. And Daryl Gibbs wants to make sure that they understand where they are right now and takes a timeout with 2:33 to play. Endeavor Communications would like to say good luck to both Monrovia and Eminence the rest of the season. We're proud to be a part of this event. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, visit us at weendeavor.com.
Happy to see my Boilers pulled off the win tonight against Marquette, 78-75.
Off a big win over Tennessee.
Yep. A big weekend out in Maui, so excited about that.
Rarely is there a bad weekend in Maui.
Exactly. Good point. Good point.
Coming up for Eminence, November 25th, the conference play at Indianapolis Riverside, and then the 28th at Providence Cristo Rey. Then they'll make the short trip to Cloverdale and South Putnam, December 5th and December 9th. Coming up for Monrovia at Owen Valley, December 2nd. Then the conference play against Speedway, December 8th, Cascade, December 12th. And then they'll play the Martinsville Artisans December 16th at the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. So happy to see schools like, I know the boys put Martinsville and Mooresville back on their schedule, and nice to see those county rivalries redevelop.
That's a big deal. It's just important. And you know, if you want to know how important it is in Indiana with girls basketball, just look at this crowd.
Ruby Miro off the inbounds has her 16th point. 46-37, approaching 2 minutes to play. Not much room to breathe. Ruby went a little bit over the shoulder and picked up the foul.
Her second of the game. Rotation was just a tad late, and give Sophie Saucerman all the credit in the world for being able to use her body, pin them inside, and be able to get the easy foul.
I'm so impressed by Sophia Saucerman and what she brings to this basketball team. I mean, she was almost a role player last year and now provides them with a consistent offensive threat and a disruptive force defensively as she has 19 points on the night now.
Yeah, it's great to see players rewarded for their hard work, and she does that inside the classroom and out here on the basketball floor as well.
Under 2 minutes to play. 7-point lead now for the Bulldogs, and they can afford to be as patient as they want to be.
They don't have to shoot anymore. I would do a situation where all you need to do is shoot layups.
Better stay out of the corner. Keep it on the perimeter. Grace Vaughn. Mary Cox. Mary drives the lane, throws it up, gets bumped and a foul.
Number 3 on Sophia. Oh, they called on Bella. That's her 4th.
This is a tough one for Greg Burton. I mean, with all the experience that he had back, I'm sure he felt like that this was the year that they were going to get a win over their rival. And credit Daryl Gibbs with the in-game adjustments that he made.
Yeah, I thought the idea of going to zone really helped. They were connected. They did a great job then of picking the pressure up and really turning Eminence over 25 times as of right now.
Mary Cox misses for just the second time. She's a double-digit scorer with 10, 47-39.
And now if you're Eminence, you need to go fast. Don't be in a hurry, but you got to get a good look.
Sophia Saucerman splits the defense, lays it up off the glass and in. 21 points for Sophia Saucerman. What a night for her.
21, they're down 6. You got to play defense without fouling. Look to try to overplay and create a steal. And if not, you got to probably start looking at putting Monrovia on the line.
Minute to go, 6-point lead.
And here's the problem. Only 2 fouls have been committed by Eminence, so they're a long way from putting them on the line.
Good look, good drive, and a good dish to Ruby Miro. She has 18 points on the night. Back to an 8-point lead at 49-41.
Got to go quick.
Dittamore with the drive, up off the glass and in. 9 points for Bella Dittamore, and a timeout on the floor taken by Greg Burton.
Great job here by both programs here. A well-played game, well-officiated game. Great flow to it, I might thought.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, credit Daryl Gibbs for the adjustments that he made.
Yep.
When he needed to. He weathered the storm. Ask him why he came back. You know, he took a year away or so, and he said, I really miss coaching. He said he liked the idea of coming to a small community who values basketball. He knew Kevin Rounds. Almost was hired as an assistant last year by Kevin, and knew Nick Pirica from Nick's time as a teacher and a coach at Plainfield, where Daryl Gibbs' children went. Nick, of course, our athletic director, and said, you know, and you know this, when you can go into a situation and you have familiarity, especially with your athletic director, that makes that job attractive.
It does. It's because it's really hard to win with the support of your administrative team. It's almost impossible if you don't have it. And so I give Daryl a lot of credit being picky. He was in a great spot there at DePaul working there, but to find a home at Monrovia was a win-win for both parties.
He was hoping the numbers would have been a little higher in the summer, but they settled on 12, and he said that it was the right 12, and we got a lot done.
That's great, especially with the nucleus he had back. And again, a win like this only just adds more credence to what he's doing and gets more buy-in from the girls.
Well, and he'll learn quick. You don't lose to Eminence.
Yes.
That's a no-no at Monrovia, for sure. It's a big rivalry. It has been for a number of years. It's a healthy one. A lot of mutual respect between these kids. They know each other well, have a lot of respect for one another. They have a lot of fun with this rivalry for sure. 24 seconds left, and the Bulldogs can close it out on the free throw line, or they can give Eminence an opportunity to hang around.
This is foul number 4 on Natalie Hubbard. And to your point, Mark, the problem is there's only 3 fouls that have been committed by the home team, so there are ways for putting them on the line.
Quick look, baseline, quick shot on the rebound. What do we got a foul? I believe it's going to be on Monrovia.
Give me Ruby's third foul, I believe.
That'll result in 2 free throws. It's a 6-point lead with 19.9 seconds left.
Scoring without the clock moving is exactly what Greg Burton would love to see happen here down the stretch.
And this is one of your experienced guards and ball handlers you would like to have at the free throw line. Is a 65% free throw shooter on the season. My fault.
Good job, Coach James.
Sorry, Dad.
And broadcaster Jinx works every time, folks. There we go.
5 points for Myers.
If I am Monrovia here, you've got 10 seconds to cross the line here. I'm not sure I would attack here too much. Just relax. Let that clock run.
Make them come get you.
Yes.
Emery Newland kicks it in the corner. Down to 10 seconds.
Get rid of the ball.
Saucerman commits the foul with 9 seconds left. The lead is 5 at 49-44.
Still a foul away from shots, so if you're Greg Burton, you want to foul quickly.
He's imploring his Lady Eagles to come out and play tight defense. Backdoor cut, picked off by Eminence. Hubbard, and a foul. Good hustle play. Newland does the right thing, helping her up. So, 2 free throws now for Bella Dittamore. She's a 40% free throw shooter. It's one of those lost arts because, quite frankly, as you know, coaches simply don't spend a lot of time on it in practice. So it's up to the players themselves, as Daryl Gibbs wants to take a timeout to kind of reset things. I mean, it's one of those things that a player has to make a conscious effort to spend extra time on.
Well, to your point, you kind of look as a coach, do I want to spend time on that zone offense or zone defense or shooting free throws? I know our coach did it, Mike Copper, and when I played at Warren Central, we were for my 3 years, we were in the top 10 every year in free throw shooting as a team. But he took a lot of pride in the way that we shot him. But we spent time shooting them, which really helped us.
Well, your dad talked about when he was at Manual playing with the Van Arsdales and Larry Short. I mean, his coach told him, he said, if you want to play next year, I need 500 shots a day all summer. And that's what your dad did. And he became the distributor on a very talented basketball team at Manual High School. Got
to the state finals, got beat by Kokomo in the state finals in 61. Was very fortunate to play with some great players, but nothing replaces hard work. I don't care what sport you're talking about. If you want to excel, work in the offseason.
Free throw's good. 10 points for her. 49-45, 2.7 seconds left. The Bulldogs inbounded to Abby Dunnigan at 5'10", and she gets fouled right away.
A little too late here for the Eels. That is going to be the 5th foul, though, for, I believe, Natalie Hubbard.
So Abby Dunnigan, the 5'10" senior, goes to the free throw line. Late substitution to the ball game for the Bulldogs. Rolled off the rim. Missed them both. And Greg Burton takes a timeout with 1.2 seconds left.
People might say, why would you take a timeout now? At some point in the year, he may have to go 1.2 seconds, the length of the floor, to get a shot off to win a game.
That's right.
So you might as well practice it now. Look and see what things that you've got to do. He's not going to win this game. He's not coaching for this game. He's coaching for down the road in a situation that the girls will feel comfortable in because they've already experienced it before in this game.
And because you don't want to risk a crazy 3/4 length baseball type throw that goes in and there's a foul with it being 49-45, I think if you're Daryl Gibbs, don't you tell your kids to just not play defense?
I would almost stay right there, right where his huddle is.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do anything else.
Form the handshake line.
Yes,
yes. On the inbound, just go ahead and form the handshake line.
Because the only thing that hurts you is a three-pointer with a foul.
Yeah.
To your point, great point.
I mean, I don't think I even contest anything that they're doing. So, but I'm undefeated sitting up here.
It is much easier.
Never lost a game up here.
Yes.
Pushed all the right buttons, made all the right calls. You've known your one-loss record's gone way up. I mean, you won a lot of games as head coach, but after you put the headset on, it went way up, didn't it?
It's been incredible. And what I love is people know my name. They're nice to me. They're
right.
friendly.
Yeah.
They're happy to see us.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's just Lance Scheiber, Coach Scheiber.
Yes.
It's not the profanity
Yes.
before Lance Scheiber, Coach
the
Scheiber.
adjectives that I like
That's
to be able to
yeah.
see.
And that's going to do it. Monrovia weathers the storm early on and comes storming back. And again, Coach, recapping this one, I think a lot of credit's got to be given to Daryl Gibbs for the defensive adjustment that he made in that second quarter.
He did a great job of keeping the tempo and pace that he wanted, but his adjustment to a zone defense to slow down so Sophia Saucerman was probably the difference in this game more than anything else.
I think it's tough to pick out a play of the game, but I think for players of the game, I think it's important because of, the fact that these are both schools that the folks at Endeavor Communications support and that we all support. I think Eminence, there's no doubt, Sophia Saucerman with 21 points, and I think you got to give the nod to Ruby Murrow, who had a great inside-out game, was an enforcer defensively, and she finishes with 18 points tonight.
Those two girls were fantastic, and again, Sophia's effort came up a little short, but Ruby was incredible, knocking down great shots here, and that's something that Daryl Gibbs will learn to really enjoy, and that's King's picture taken after a big win, especially in a game like this, the Powder Keg one.
Well, congratulations to Daryl Gibbs. He gets his first experience at winning a powder keg, and he'll get used to that for sure. He'll get used to that feeling. Jesse Miro and Denny Talent, his 2 assistant coaches, and congratulations to them for the job that they did. Again, 15-7 at the end of 1, 21-20 Monrovia at halftime. They bumped it out to 10 at the end of period number 3. Go on to win it 49-45. Boys action coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us. All of this brought to you by the good folks at Endeavor Communications. So long for now from the USA.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet.